Hey yogis, thanks for practicing with me. Since in a lot of my videos I have different dogs and animals running all around, I thought I'd make a video today talking about alignment in downward facing dog. Since I moved to LA, I've gotten the chance to sub a lot of classes and gone around to different places in the city, and I've seen a lot of good looking down dogs, and I've seen a lot of painful looking down dogs or sloppy looking down dogs. So we'll head onto our hands and knees and start to get set up for downward facing dog. Set yourself up in a tabletop position. Like I say, spread your fingers wide. Make some space between your fingers. And then take your pointer fingers so they're pointing forward. So your thumbs will point into each other, fingers splay out to the sides, and then really press down through your knuckles. So you don't have sloppy fingers that are popping up off the mat. You're pressing down through the whole base of your palm, and through your fingers, and through your knuckles. And not all of your fingers are pointing forward. They're pointing a little bit out to the side, so you can start to scoop your elbows so the bendy part faces forward. And then we'll tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, come into your downward facing dog. So some things about your down dog. Your legs don't have to be all the way straight. You can bend your knees, let it lift your tailbone high up to the sky. Bring your biceps, your arms in line with your ears, and then let your shoulders travel down your back. So your arms won't be pressing up, or your shoulders won't be pressing up, squeezing into your ears. They're coming down away from your ears so your neck is long. And then slowly you'll feel your heels start to grow heavier, and maybe that'll straighten out your legs, but that could take some time. I see a lot of people coming with their shoulders pretty far over their wrists. And then they bend into their knees and they have a really short down dog. Their shoulders are scrunched up by their ears. So we want to create some length here. You want to make sure you have wide enough a stance between your feet and your hands that you can extend your arms, but let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Keep a little micro bend in your elbows and try to still get that rotation motion of the bendy part of your elbows scooping forward. And then that takes so much pressure out of your wrists. Because if you're up here with your shoulders pressing down on your wrists and your stance is too short and you're pressing into your shoulders, you're not only hurting your shoulders, you're also hurting your wrists. So create some space for yourself. Lift your tailbone high, let your neck be long, and then let your gaze travel up between your knees or between your inner thighs. Then press your belly back towards your thighs. Press down through your hands so you feel your shoulder blades broaden across your back. And if you ever need some relief from your down dog, you can either take your stance really wide to the edges of your mat, bend back into your knees, that takes a lot of the weight out of your hands, or of course come down to a child's pose, or even come down into a forearm downward facing dog, that takes a little pressure out of your wrists for a while, but it can be kind of intense on the shoulders. So always remember your modifications. Remember, keep pressing down through your hands, press your chest back to your thighs. I can't say it enough to protect your wrists because otherwise your wrists are going to get tired and they might even get injured. And then the way you'll know if you have enough space between your hands and your feet is you can draw forward to a high plank. And if you can stay here from your high plank and go back and forth to your downward facing dog, that means you have your feet the right distance from your hands. So try that a few times, just getting used to this new alignment. And we'll lower the knees, come back down into our tabletop position. Hopefully you found some of those tips helpful to get you more comfortable in your downward facing dog. If you ever have any other questions, you can ask me or ask a teacher. Sometimes it just comes down to building up the strength to be able to stay in down dog for such a long time and come back to it after all of your flows. But as you get further and further into your yoga practice, you really will find that it becomes a resting pose and that you're not feeling so much pressure in your wrists as they get stronger or as you learn the proper alignment to start taking some of the pressure out of them. So definitely let me know if you have any questions or if you found any other tips that help you out in your downward facing dog, but I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Namaste.